Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. How you doing, buddy?
I'm tired.
Oh, I'm beat.
Yes.
I'm just beat. You know, it's funny, too, because, like, Paul goes, so do you think next week we can start on putting the showroom together? I'm like,
If
yeah,
we're
man.
not working on cars.
Yeah, I'm like, well, no, he wants us to do this in our own time.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, we'll see how it goes, bro.
Stay late every week.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if we could just get the old display out of there.
We'd love to.
Then but he wants, I don't even want to talk about it. Anyways, hey guys, how's everybody doing?
Hello,
what's up,
everyone?
peeps? You know, hope everyone is doing fantastical, as we like to say. The other day, someone asked us, do you have any videos on Memphis amplifiers? Unfortunately, no, we do not. Maybe one day, now that we have a relationship with them.
No, we actually have a video on Memphis amplifier.
We do?
Yeah. Just the beautiful amplifier.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, yeah, we don't have, yeah.
No, but not in depth of specifications.
No.
Nothing like that.
Time about got away from me, but I caught it.
Hey,
you got to hold on tight. Don't let that time slip through your fingers.
Don't let it go, man.
That sounds like a song. Hello, Dave. How are you?
What up? What up from Vegas?
It's just hot.
Are you ready to go to Vegas?
No.
Really?
I have no desire to go to Vegas.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we'll go there, but I don't enjoy it at all. Not in the least. Although the one part of it I did enjoy, you didn't like, which was the German.
Oh my God, no!
That was so fantastic. Like
So
everyone
bad.
enjoyed it, but you.
So bad.
I gave up watching a free Cletus live stream race for this. He has an all-woman. Oh wow! Oh, very nice, very nice. I mean, I can understand that. What's up, Fernandez? How's it going? Not much. I mean, just tired, ready for this week to be over. I mean, this week started out very tiring and ended because if you think about it, we've been going solid now for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And in the middle, it's like a bridge. It's like a hump. Because it's like, you know, we left here, what?
Wednesday?
Was it Thursday? Was it Wednesday?
Yeah. As Wednesday to Wednesday.
Well, it's Tuesday. We came back Tuesday. But, yeah, we were here Tuesday. Anyway, we were working Wednesday. I don't know. Yeah, because we got in at 1 o'clock Wednesday morning.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, did we go over Wednesday or Thursday? I thought we went over Thursday. We went over Thursday. Yeah, we went over Thursday. We worked Wednesday. Either way, it was a lot of late nights.
It's been a lot of late nights.
So, happy Saturday.
I mean, you guys stay Wednesday? No, Tuesday? Tuesday night? Super late.
Tuesday night was ridiculous. I mean, the only thing that kind of saved us is we didn't have to leave until noon, which turned out to be 5:30.
5:30, correct, yeah.
Exactly, right? I know. It's Vegas. It's just like we were talking about it before we went on because, like, you know, obviously coming from New Mexico, Vegas is very similar in that there's a lot of brown, and I mean dirt and rocks and buildings and just not people. It's just
it's a lot of brown.
We're driving up the highway and
people
and everything is just painted brown and it's like green. I mean, cactuses are lame. There's not enough of them, but there's not enough green.
It's no more color in there.
And it's just the blue is so hot. It's like, why is everything so ungodly hot?
Yeah.
Good day, Dan and Fernando. Hi, Dan.
Fernando.
What's up? All right, here we go. I have a Kenwood 8709S that I just installed, and everything works. But whenever I test balance and fader, the sound doesn't change at all or move in any directions. Any thoughts? What kind of car did you put it in?
Yeah,
that's the most important thing. What kind of
car? Chrysler.
And what kind of interface? That's where we'll start with that. So if you can type that in, we will try to get back and don't be sorry. Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry about. Life is nothing but joy. All right, so what do we got going on for the show today? In a little bit, we're going to do DSP talk because why would we not? First, did you unbox it like I asked you to?
Yeah.
Right, you got it right there?
Yeah.
So first up, we're going to pull up our good friends Audio Control will just get this out of the way right at the beginning. Okay, it can go up. There we go. Get this up right here. Audio Control at AudioControl.com. One of the things we're talking about right now, grab it, is the new subwoofer enclosures. They're not really new. They're just new, and we finally got them here to show you guys. So we have the space and the spike. This is the space. So we have the space one right here. We're getting ready to drop this into Haley's car. I'm not. I'm leaning it on me so we can get it. So a couple really unique features other than having a full, real Space Series subwoofer, not some like generic thing that they just put into the box. Of course, it comes with the grill that all speakers come with. This is metal. This is not plastic. This is like a weird style vinyl that has a really nice rugged feel to it. Rugged. This is rhino lined top and bottom. So where this is like going to be touching something everywhere, it is a rhino line, but you have this nice feeling material. And of course, the thing that a lot of manufacturers do is they do this, and then they give you brackets to mount it, and you have to drill into it and make holes, which is like so stupid. They don't do that. Over on the side, you actually have a metal plate here that is designed to come off and or get screwed into, so you're not going to screw up this beautiful covering. And then on the other side, obviously you have another one, but then you have this guy right here. So if you don't want to do push terminals, because they're becoming some people are fighting the issues. They have this nice XC30 connection here that comes with it. So there's a
90,
pigtail.
No?
Might be the 90. Yeah, I think that's
60.
a 90. Is it a 60?
Yeah.
Anyways,
I don't know.
Sage puts these on all his boxes. I actually have the link. I'm gonna buy some of these. We're gonna start making speaker cups with these in them.
Oh, nice.
So we'll just take these out and put these on all those ones we have to put because they suck. But anyways, it comes with a connector here. So if you just want to make something that's nice and plugs in, and you don't have to worry about having, two random wires laying around if you're planning on taking this in and out. These are just some of the basic features that all of them have. But if you're curious if they make one for your car, they have them. The Space Series comes in a 10 and a 12, and then, which we'll soon talk about, we'll have the Spike Series, which comes in an 8-inch ported, a 10-inch ported, and a 12-inch ported. And then for the custom installations, you have Bronco, Jeep Wrangler, as well as Jeep Gladiator. So if you're interested or want to learn more about those things, make sure to head over to AudioControl.com. All right, Fernando.
Nice.
Let's get to some questions, shall we?
Yes,
shall we?
Of course. El Fernandez, yes, I will call you as soon as I'm done with this.
Oh, there you go. Good morning from Sydney, Australia, home of the really cool Opera House. I just got to click on it because, hold on, his name is Dean. So,
very nice.
How's it going, guys? Watching you guys from South Africa. Hope you are doing well. I might be in South Africa next year, which will be really neat. They're in talks right now to make that happen. So that'll be interesting if it does. So we'll keep you informed. Thank you for keeping us on point, Fang, as always. All right. I'm going to pull this up while you're doing that. Kenwood 90210 DABS the Australian equivalent to the 90990? Okay, I don't know. So we actually just had this conversation today because we had a customer bring in a radio, and we're like, where did you find a DAB model? So for those of you who don't know, DAB is the European antenna network system that they use. That is better than FM supposedly, and also, so it's their equivalent to HD but better is basically what it comes down to. We didn't get lucky enough to get that. We got something else. All right, let's see what we got here. I can't seem to find it. Australia, here it is. Let's click on it and get to it. I'm gonna pull this up. So it's just a white screen. It's coming up. Let me hide his question. Okay, so wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, wireless mirroring for Android, high res, built-in DAB, tuner with built-in Bluetooth, HD rear camera inputs, 13 band, 3 pre-outs, 5 volt gold plated. It looks very much like it. Yes. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see what
Same?
we got. Yeah, it looks like it probably is. Hold on. Let me go to here. Wow, look at that. Oh,
comes with the bird.
So you got a 9190 this guy is going to be the highest. So this is going to be the highest end model here. So there's three 9 series. No, that didn't work. So there's 3 9 series radios in the Kenwood lineup. The 9190 is probably your highest end in the American lineup that we would have, which is like the 90. Yeah, whatever. But so then yours would be the step down. So this is the X. This would be the XR radio here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Garmin.
So this would be the flagship. This would be the one. If you're trying to get the baddest bitch on the block, it'd be the 9190. So there you go. All right, trip now. So we all know we can all head over there and grab one.
You want water?
No, I'm good at the moment. Thank you. What's up? What's up?
What up?
Good day from the Twin Cities. Absolutely stunning weather. Mid 70s, low dew point, and just a touch of a breeze.
Very nice.
That sounds great, man. It is the opposite of that here right now. So we are getting our summer, winter. So like you guys get crappy winter that you just absolutely hate. Our summer is coming, and it is already set to go.
Yes, it is.
Yes, as you can see, it's like the dryness of it.
Jesus.
Zyrtec, baby. Going to hardwire RCAs to my P310. We do it all the time. Do I need to use RCAs and then cut them, or just use speaker wire and add the ends to it? So we just use speaker wire and add the ends to it. So we buy a product from Stinger. It's called the X12, which is just a little pigtail with an RCA on the end. It's pre-made, so it makes it faster for us. We can just solder it into place. But any RCA end would do the trick.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Yep, that's all you need to do. So speaker wire will work fine. Good job. That speaker connection is good if everything is set and good to go. Okay. I don't know what that means.
The speaker connector for that thing.
Oh, yes.
So yeah, if it is ready to go, it's easy. Unplug it. You don't have to worry about wires just in case.
Yeah, and they give you a pigtail, so it's not like you have to solder into the little XC connector. But if you do, they do make a tool for that. It makes it real easy to solder into the XC connector.
Yeah, it is.
But which it was funny because we have those. I bought them for us, and he's over there like putting it in a pair of vice grips and shit. I'm going, dude, we have the tool. We literally have the tool. Hi, how are you doing? What's new and exciting in your world?
Oh, that's right. Ada is a
Patriots
fan.
Oh, no, he's not. Yeah, I mean, he was because it's Tom Brady, but all right, moving on. Is it wise to use the threaded inserts in a fresh new sub box instead of just screwing into the wood? My Kicker quad box has them. Oh, so the reality of this question is, if you use a really coarse thread screw that's is designed to actually go into wood, like the coarse thread inserts that you put in, yeah, that's a good idea. Now, Kicker uses the back pieces, so they use a little bit different pieces. So there's kind of two schools of thought here, depending on what you're trying to do. So, in this case, this little coarse thing here that has an Allen head on it, and you put it in, like we'll put these in plastic and stuff like that. If it's going in a place where we know we're going to have to be pulling that screw in and out because we don't want to ruin the material. So it has a really coarse, takes a 1/4-inch hole. This will work in wood or plastic or anything like that, where you're going to need to be servicing it and taking it in and out, and you don't want to screw up the material. So yes, that would work. Now, Kicker likes to use something like this that has these little teeth, and what this does is this loads in from the back. So with these teeth that are for us, so that it'll lock into place, and now when you screw that thing in, it basically compresses the material and makes it even like super tight. These are great for woofers because they create a better bonding with the material. The problem is with these is, for one, lining them up is a pain, and two, getting them to stay into place. You almost have to like glue them into place so that they don't fall out when you pull them out. That is literally when I got to pull one of those subwoofers out and these fall out, I just want to cry.
Yeah.
Because it's like, ah! And then you're like gently try to get it to go back in, with a little dab of glue, and oh my God, it sucks. So there are some other ones out there that probably work a little better, but that's kind of the school of thought behind using one of those as opposed to just going with some drywall screws. Because like we're not screwing into drywall, screwing into wood. Now, one more thing, just so that we cover all bases here and make everyone feel like they got their say.
They can hear you all the way.
Hold on. Okay. So when you get a Rockford subwoofer, they'll give you these. And these are coarse head Allen head screws that are made to screw into wood. The idea is that hopefully you'll never blow your subwoofer, so you can just put this in and it'll hold it forever. But it is coarse, so you have more material between each twist as opposed to just a lot of fine twists. When you use like a drywall screw with a really fine thread, it will strip out easier because you don't have enough material between each thread to actually hold it in place. A bigger coarse head that has bigger gaps in the threading will do a better job holding it. Even though it's fewer twists, there's more actual material between each blade of the screw to hold it tight into place. Who thought there was that much to do with some frickin' screws? The other thing too is when using a drywall screw, it has a head like this. If the subwoofer you're putting in has a flat plate on it, it's never going to pull correctly. You're going to kind of damage the speaker because you're going to create that V in it where it's not made to be, because it's made for something that has a flat head screw. The base is flat, not V cut. That's another thing to look at. There's somebody that was bitching about that at some point in the days. So anyways, moving on. Give me another one.
All right.
Do you guys use Kenwood Exelon subwoofers? And what is your opinion of them? Yes, I like them a lot. We typically only use their preloaded enclosures, though. So, like, we buy the Exelon preloaded enclosure that either has 112 or 212s because it's a great value. Like, it's a great value, and it sounds wonderful, and it comes. I love the box shape because it like when you stand it up, it'll go up against the back seat, but then you can also turn it and it's downfired. So it's pretty cool there. So I like. Anyways, next. Yeah, they're nice. And they have a 2-year warranty.
2-year warranty, yeah, exactly.
Do you think I could fit a 3 cubic foot wedge box behind the third row seat of my 2014 Lincoln Navigator? 3 cubic? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you could do that. At some point in my box building career, I had a guy come in with a Tahoe, third row Tahoe, which has this much room.
Yeah.
And I fit 2 Type R 15s in the right airspace. It was brutal.
No way.
Yeah, he played for the Bucks. Wow. Remember the story I tell with the guy that walked around with a bag of pennies?
Yeah.
It was his
car.
That
was his car?
Yep.
Ah.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Huh.
All right, let's do one more, and then we'll pull up DSP talk.
Hey guys, I just want to give you a shout out to Wirecard because I ordered my label heat shrink, and they contact me because my M8 watch was not clear. They wanted to give you the best quality possible. Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And with how much they charge for those things, you'd hope they'd want it to be right.
Correct. Yeah. Dang. Yeah. He told me, he's like, dude, man, they're expensive.
Yeah, no, they're god awful. But it's what it is. Did we already answer that one? Yeah, we answered that. All right, so let's jump into it real quick. Let me go over here, and I'm going to just drop this like this. Hey guys, it's that time again. Arc Audio's DSP quick tips. Today we're going to talk about equalization. But we have to have a little story first because, like all things, there's a little bit of story as to why we picked this topic today. And that is, we often talk about when you get to a point in using a specific software, tool, whatever it is, when you've reached the limit, when is it time to upgrade? Yeah. And this week we had a friend of ours come in and he was complaining about the DSP he's currently using. And he was like, I really wish it would do this. And I said, well, congratulations. You've become self-aware. You've outgrown your current DSP, and now it is time to move on to something else because you realize that there's a feature it does not have and that you need.
Yeah.
And that particular feature for him was group adjustment, which we've talked about before, the ability to pull a whole bunch of channels in at once and go group adjustment, which we'll show you. The other thing that he was worried about was that the new software might be too complicated. And that was like, all right, well, let me introduce you to the Arc Audio DNA software, because it can be as difficult or as easy as your brain allows it to be. And today we're going to talk about equalization, in that the unit has 3 different places where you can do equalization, some easy, some a little bit more involved, but that way you can come up and grow into the product as you get more and more comfortable with it. First up is this page here. This is the input EQ. Now, the input EQ, even though by name says the input EQ, it really doesn't matter how you use it, especially if you're connecting it to, let's say, an aftermarket radio in this regards. And that's what he does most of his systems on. He gets, nice Kenwood in the dash, and he goes off to the DSP. So he could be using this where it's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 bands. Plus, like all Arc Audio, you have that one extra band. So you have 12 bands of equalization. He, of course, immediately wanted to know what were the numbers. And I said, well, let me turn on a channel here so we can take a look at them. I said, it really doesn't matter what the numbers are, because I can come in and I can pick any number I want simply by clicking on it and going to the top here and sliding back and forth for the Q, and then coming over here to the frequency and sliding up and down for the frequency. So I can choose any frequency I want depending on what problem I have. Now, these are 12 bands of parametric equalization, so that's more than enough to fix pretty much every stereo out there if you're trying to do a global fix, meaning I want to adjust all channels at the same time. And if I click on all the channels here at the top, which are the 8 that it has through the input output, if you're using all of those, then I can quickly globally adjust that. Now, if you're going to be using this to deal with a factory radio, you're obviously going to be using this in a different purpose, in that case, you'll be using things like the all pass filter adjustment by, if you click on the PAR here, you have all pass 2, all pass 1, low shelf, high shelf. So there's lots of adjustments for doing that. But in his case, he was just like, I just want an easier to use solution to where I can do global adjustments for the whole system. And I said, well, you can do it all right here in the input EQ of this software. If you want to get excited, then you can move on to this page right here, which is the main EQ. Now, in the main EQ, you have 12 bands of a whole bunch of equalization, in that we've counted. It's like you have 30 bands here, then you have 7 more over here. So there's 6 or 7 more bands over here. So you have a ton of, so it's 6 more bands. Sorry. You have 6 more bands of equalization, which is just extra EQ. You could tune the whole system with these 6 bands if you knew what you were doing.
No, this is the output EQ, right?
This is the main EQ. So this is where I can go in and I can just tune the tweeter on this side, the tweeter on that side, the mid on this side, the mid on that side. There again, you can grow with it. So if all you really needed to do was some quick global equalization, you could do it right here in this page when connected to that aftermarket head unit. If you wanted to get more intense, then you could go to this page, and now you have a ton of equalization. And if you wanted to do you could still do global. So if you wanted to do a big global adjustment with all the bands, simply turn on all the green boxes, and now you can globally adjust all 12 bands at the same time, which is really fun. The next thing was, well, what if I get done and I want to, like, I don't know, I want some more tweeter. And I was like, you could do a high shelf, right?
Yeah.
But instead of doing that, they already have one all set up and ready to go. So when you go to tone control, which is bass, mid, and treble, they call it low shelf, mid range, and high shelf. Right here, you have a high pass or high shelf. So a high pass shelf set up, all set and ready to go. I can simply drag my center frequency here, or my shelf frequency, That would be the far left point, depending, if I'm looking at it. And then I can easily raise it up and down. We used this the other day when we were doing the Tundra, because, you wanted it a little bit more sizzle. So I just went in, grabbed this at my crossover point and lifted it up. And there we go. The nice thing also is that I don't necessarily need to boost the treble going to my subwoofers. So if they're on 11 and 12, I could shut that off. I don't want to do that on my mid bass. So if 5 and 6 were on my mid bass, I can shut it off. I may want it to go to my rear speakers. I may not, but I can decide what channels I want these things to go to. So it makes it really easy to, when you're done, add a little bit more mid-range, maybe add a little bit more deep bass to the system, or a high shelf. So we have 3 places where we can go and adjust equalization for this DSP, which means you can either have it as difficult or as easy as you like to make your system sound better. How cool is that?
Dude, I really like that because a little bit of mid-range, a little bit of tweeter, something like that you just want to adjust and be able to do it like that part that you can select what channel you can do. It's freaking cool.
And the term global, just for you guys out there, like, what do you mean? Global means the whole thing.
That's what they call it?
Global, yeah.
Like global shelves?
Yeah. So it adjusts everything, or you can turn out, like, if you don't want these countries to be part of it, you kick them out.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
I like it.
There you go.
No, that's cool.
This has been DSP Talk with our good friends at Arc Audio. If you'd like to know more about Arc Audio, just because who wouldn't want to know more, you can find them at arcaudio.com. What you're looking at here is one of the DSPs that will work with the DNA software, which is the PSM Pro Micro DSP. It's a 6-in, 8-out, little tiny guy, so cute. Anyways.
You can download it and play with that.
You can download and play with it. And if you are using the DNA software currently, and you're a tweaker, and not that kind of tweaker, the guy likes to just play with stuff, they do have a new version of the software that just came out recently. Hi, Sue. That's my wife. I might get to see her this weekend. I doubt it, because I got.
You might.
I know I won't, because I have to go spend time with my mom. So maybe next week. I kind of doubt it, but
you gotta make an appointment.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thoughts on the JL Fix 86 to flatten EQ and the Helix V8 DSP amp right after that to tune my. Okay. I get where you're going with this. No, do not use a Fix 86. Believe it or not, the Helix will do it for you. The Helix has de-equalization software built into it, has really good de-equalization software built into it, kind of like what we just showed you with the Arc Audio software. Yeah. It's not as intense as that. It doesn't have 3 levels of it, but what it does is it allows you to break that main EQ into de-equalization and equalization software, because it is 30 bands. And let's be honest, 30 bands is a bit much for most situations. Yeah. So you can tell it, I want you to use these 5 bands or these 10 bands. I want you to go up no more than 3 dB, and you let it run, and it'll de-equalize it for you. The other thing it will do is it allows you to go in and deal with all pass filters, deal with delay, things that the Fix 86 isn't capable of dealing with. Right. If you're looking for an easy solution just because you want a magic button to fix it, then what you want really is the key lock from Kicker. The Kicker key lock is the magic button that will de-EQ pretty much everything you throw in front of it. It'll just do it, kicks it out, and you have a nice flat signal on the other side, free of all pass filters, free of delay. But for this question, the Helix actually has the guts to do it, and the auto button as well. So it'll take care of it for you. So don't buy the Fix 86.
I'm just wondering what kind of car is that.
It doesn't matter, but as Ada said, the Fix is junk.
Oh, wow.
I didn't say that.
Wow.
Ada said that. So it's okay.
That's crazy. Okay, here we go.
Or as I said, right, hold on. As he says, or multiple key locks, which he does. He'll do, because it's easy.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
All right, this is it.
Yes. How can I get a box built by you guys? Whatever God you pray to, keep praying to him, because it ain't gonna happen. We don't build boxes.
Why you decide to not build boxes anymore? Because me.
Well, I was conveniently reminded of why I stopped building boxes this weekend when we built Courtney's box. Because, for one thing, I was trying to build this box with tools that were not mine, which totally sucked. Because I have my set of box building tools that sit over there and get very dusty, and I like it that way. Secondly, I'm over the box building. It makes me sneeze. I don't like wood. We've changed every bit that is in here for plastic. So they're all made to cut plastic. Sawdust, you cut one piece, it fills this whole bay with saw, and it sucks. We have a filtration system that still didn't work. But no, we don't build boxes. It's just we have no wood in here anywhere to cut boxes, to make boxes, to dream about it. This is the only wood we have. But no, we don't build boxes. I have guys that will build me boxes so I can make a phone call.
I remember when I came here asking you for questions, you were building that big box behind the
315s box in the Ram.
On the Ram, and I'm like, dude, that's freaking cool.
Yeah, you could put a body in there. That thing was huge. That sucked.
That was awesome.
Oh, it pounded.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like I can't do it. I just don't.
And then you built a 12 box under the seat in here, and I was like, dude, this is awesome.
Yeah, we built a couple backdoor boxes too before that was the thing. For the Jeeps.
I think I'm just gonna say it. I don't care. I think you probably built the first box for the Jeep.
No, I totally stole that.
Really?
Yeah, I totally stole that idea.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because I remember that was on the
tailgate.
On the tailgate.
Yeah, my box looked way better than the boxes they're building, obviously.
100%.
You know, my box fit on there tight and was all contoured and it was sexy.
It
went all the way over to the side.
It was nice. Yeah, I
remember
that.
The wire, there was actually a groove for the wire. And,
Yeah. You should build boxes, bro. I think you should be good at it.
Oh, I know I'll be good at it. I've done it for years. I just don't want to do it anymore.
Hey, you know what?
What?
I'm just going to say, Jonathan, keep asking. You might get lucky.
No. All right, hold on. Have you played with the Audio Dynamics 12 to 8 DSP amp? We really don't get a chance to play with a lot of those type products just because, like, for one, we don't sell them and they don't really have distribution channels for dealers and stuff like that. Two, we carry probably the 4 best DSP amplifiers on the planet, which is the Audison, the Helix, the Arc, and the Moscone. So it's hard to, and on the opposite side of that, we also have the AudioControl, we also have the Rockford, and we have the Alpine. So we have a lot of DSP. I have personally bought an Audio Dynamics DSP in the past.
Yeah.
But I don't really think it's going to bring anything to us personally to do.
Done. Let's
Dean
do
on
it.
The build off team.
Yeah.
I can't. I got the Clean Water Challenge to run.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry.
Oh, you'll take care of it?
Yeah, don't worry. I just want to go see that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. I'll come back a bloody mess.
Dang it.
Actually, hold on. I want to get to this one. Will you build your own box or send measurements out when you finally get to the full install on the Mustang? Funny you should ask that, because I was just talking with Sage at Sounds Good Stereo this weekend, because he goes, I got to go into the computer and get those measurements so I can build you that 310s box for the Mustang that we build. And I go, yeah. He goes, I'm just going to send you the flat box and you can nail it together. And of course, that was as I was trying to nail together the box with this nail gun from hell. Yeah. And of course, he's over there like, I'm like, do you not know how to use a nail gun? And he's like, what are you talking about, dude? I'm like, you're holding the nail gun wrong. He's like, no, I'm not. I'm like, yeah. Nails go in and they go like this. So the nail goes, and he's like, I don't know, and then he blows.
hang on. How do you?
So when you have a piece of wood, when you have the top piece of the box like this, and you have the nail like that, the nail gun goes, when you're firing from the top, the nail gun goes this way across the wood, because as the nail gun is going in, the nail is going to naturally want to shoot out. Okay. Because it doesn't want to do what you're making it do. Like straight. So it doesn't go straight. It goes in and bends. Okay. So you don't nail the nail. You don't hold the nail gun like this. Okay. Because when you fire it, the nail is going to want to go out like that and punch through the side of the box. Okay. You know, and so if you're sitting there with your finger and you're holding it, guess what you do? Especially if you're using a longer nail, it goes through your finger. Now, if you're just using a short ass nail just to tack it together and you're hoping that the glue will do the job, then you're probably all right. but we weren't using short.
So don't
nails.
shoot it like that. Shoot it like this.
No, none of that. And for those of you going, what the heck are you talking? Hold on. I got.
Oh shit!
Hold on.
And this show is a bill box. Okay.
So if you're nailing, okay, and this is
all right. So right there.
So this is the side of the box.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna go like this. You know, the short length. You go this way.
Yeah.
So this is the end.
Yeah.
And then the plank is that way. You don't go like this, because that nail wants to go in and do this.
So it's always just following.
You run along
the bottom side.
Yeah. So, you know, we're not roofers. We don't have roofing nails that are super thick and won't do that. We use these little penny nails that suck.
Look at that.
Want to bend. You blow enough nails through your finger, you figure out what you shouldn't be doing. Anyways.
Okay. That's awesome.
But no, to answer your question, I will be having Sounds Good Stereo build my box. In your guys' opinion, fantastic. We got lots of those. What manufacturer makes the best subwoofers you can use in a prefabricated box? I'm over getting custom ones built. Done. So right now we have six. We have a lot of preloaded subwoofer enclosures that manufacturers have sent us to listen to, such as the AudioControl. Most subwoofer manufacturers are figuring out that, you know what, we do a better job building the box than most people. So let's just, or people are buying our boxes. I mean, if you look at like Kicker just came out with truck boxes for the L7s. Why did they do that? Well, because why would they not? And they're actually reasonably priced. You know, you buy them with the woofers and the box actually comes in at a good, like that's a deal.
Yeah.
I prefer to sell you, like we have the base room that has all the loaded enclosures in it. I don't want to sell you a raw driver. It's like I would rather sell you, you know, the woofer in the box that the manufacturer has hopefully spent some time listening to.
Right.
We were having this conversation with Kicker, and they're like, dude, we sell way tons of these loaded enclosures now. And like they had to figure it out, like how many of these are we actually selling compared to standalone drivers? Just because why? You know, and from a retailer point of view, building the box is usually a lost leader at this point because it takes a lot of time. And for what? You know, you're looking for something that has 1.2 cubes with a box tuned to 32 hertz. I mean, everybody makes that. So maybe instead of doing that, maybe just buy the factory box from the manufacturer.
So can you buy the subwoofers and then as the manufacturer you buying the subwoofers, what is the measurement? You know, I mean, it's
sure, but I mean,
I don't want to. Audio Mobile makes good subwoofers for sure.
He's really
all right.
He's really all about that. If the vehicle doesn't have the factory tweeter mount, can you make a mount for tweeters to allow for three-way applications? Yes. Yeah, of course.
You're making 8 pillars.
No, it depends. I mean, like in the Booger, we didn't make 8 pillars. We just put them all up underneath the grill. We made new grills. It just depends what you're trying to do. In some cases, like in a Toyota, for example, like a Tundra. A Tundra with the JBL system has a 3-way set. A Tundra without a JBL system doesn't have a 3-way set. So you can literally go buy the sail panels for $50 and you're done. So in some cases you can buy, like in your car doesn't have the sail panels, but they make the sail panels for your car. So we can easily just go buy a sail panel and
drop
boom,
it in.
We have tweeters.
So I'm thinking about driving to you and get the install. Could you mount my tweeters on the pillars on the 4Runner? You see that? The 4Runner. Semi on axis.
So you want them facing you? No, there's not. You know, they would in the 4Runner, they're going to go into the A pillar. They're not going to turn and face you. That would be a full custom fiberglass, really ugly looking thing that I would have you find somebody else to do that because I hate the way those things look.
Okay, I gotta remember. Okay, so that's on axis.
I have no idea
because this is off axis.
Well, you have them facing your eyes or facing your ears. I don't know. It's just like Yeah, contact Ada. He can print them for you. Yeah, just reach out at Absolute Electronics.
Perfect. Forerunner.
Yep.
I want to buy Helix. Yeah.
I want to buy a Helix amp. Okay.
Yeah.
I'd buy a Blackbird from Art personally, but whatever you want to do. I mean, it's okay. We got them both, so whichever one you want, we can take care of you. Okay.
There you go.
Okay. Hi guys. Getting ready for my Mazda 6 build.
Yeah.
I'm using a 1057
Very nice.
Alpine R speakers, R series 6 and 4 channel amps, and R 3-way, S2-way rears. Will the internal time alignment get me by until I get a DSP?
Yeah. I mean,
get you by and get you perfect? No, but
I mean, it's gonna get you like, it's a 1057 XR.
No, I mean you can do amazing things with the 1057. Yeah. I mean, you're just not gonna have a softball in the center of the dash, which honestly nobody really wants either.
Not at all. But
there again, can you get a center using this system? You can get it up high, up on the dash.
Yeah.
Semi in the middle, to where it's probably going to sound great for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to compete with it? No, but yes, you can.
Yeah, I think it's the right pad. Do your radio, install it, and then
Yeah.
put it
Plus, that has a parametric EQ that's really nice. What will make it better is if you're going to go active, because which I don't know if you can do with those amplifiers. Going active would make it the best, because then you'd have level control, which will help to steer the sound.
Okay, no. I just said that he's installing amplifiers.
Yeah, he's installing the Alpine R 6 and 4 channels.
Ugh.
So
at that point, I just wait and buy the DSP, man.
I would just buy a DSP amplifier and call it. I'd just get an 8-channel DSP amplifier and call it a day. But I mean, because I don't want to have another box.
And redo it.
Hi, Marty. How are you? What interface should be used when installing the Kenwood 1057 into a 2020 Malibu Premier? Ooh.
Did you know that the Malibu is gone now?
I would
like they're not gonna make no more Malibus.
I mean, why? Nobody buys cars. Everybody wants little SUVs.
Yeah.
Or trucks. I honestly don't know. So I will put this up, because this is what you would eat. This is where you go to find out. So take a screenshot right now, and these are all the manufacturers that make interfaces for cars. So one of these, if it exists, it's going to be one of these. It'd probably be Metra, because that seems to be the one that wins most of the time. But that's who you want to. That's what you want to do. And that brings us to this, which is the next MosconiAmerica.com Pro for 830, 430, 230. Did you see Phil got a 230, man?
Yeah.
What the heck? How did he get a 230? So one of the new amplifiers that they're coming out with in the Pro line is the 230. It's 2x30. It's this is called the 830. They have a ton of them. This is that size, so they're going to have a big 2-channel. That's really exciting. Why? Because if you want to do the ultimate 3-way set, you could do a 210 AAB on the tweeters, and then you could do a 230 on the mid-range and a 230 on the mid-bass.
Oh, dude, that would be
fantastic, right? And of course, you need something for rear. Why? I don't know, but you could.
Yeah.
Maybe, or just go with a 110 on the sub and call it a day. Oh, maybe do a 410. I don't know. But anyways, they have the new 230, which is pretty awesome, along with the 210 AAB. The 210 AAB is the front channels, but more powerful, of the 430, Fernando's favorite amplifier, which is sitting behind the audio control box right there.
Yeah.
Because the front 2 channels on that are the AAB amplifiers. And why it's called AAB is because up to a certain point it is an A channel, and as the voltage consumption goes up, it slides, as Nick likes to say, into the AB, so that it becomes not as it can actually do it, because it would become so inefficient at that point and draw so much power that it would not work well. So, anyways, if you'd like to know more about all the letters and numbers that we just spit out at you, check out Moscone-America.com, or if you'd like to see the mothership, head over to Gladen.com, which you can find even more information. That's Gladen.com. That's where I like to go and hang out. But, yeah. With many aftermarket radios having DSP, is there really need for a DSP or external DSP? Are there advantages? Yes, there's lots of advantages. For one, a radio will only give you global adjustment. Now, Alpine will give you left and right. I think Sony will too. But it's not like you have a lot of channels. So
I don't consider a radio having a DSP.
It's not really a DSP. It's a very dumbed down version of a DSP, because, okay, so there are 4 things that make a DSP, and not all radios have these. So for one, the most important one is you have to have level control for each channel output. So on a radio, there's 6 channels of output. You need 6 channels of level control. I can tell you right now, they all don't have that, which sucks, because it makes it very hard to time align properly without the ability to do some form of level control. You need it. There's that. And then you have equalization. Most radios are global and or right/left, which is not really, if you're doing a 3-way set, yes, you can do a global equalization adjust, but you only have 13 bands. You don't have 32 bands. So you're very narrow as far as what you can do. And a lot of the times the radios where the problems are, they don't give you the ability to parametric. So it's a graphic EQ. So you can't really, you have to and it never fails when you're adjusting it. It's always, the frequencies are always in the wrong spot for the problems that the car is having. Don't ask me why. It just is. Now, on some of them, we do have the Kenwood 10-inch screens, and then some of the Alpines, they do have parametric features so that you can shift right, shift left, and actually do a little bit, and they have adjustable Q. So there again, some of them are better than others. But still, with a standalone DSP, you have all the control in the world. Just like we showed here, we have input equalization, we have main equalization, we have output equalization. Now, you can get a generic DSP that has the bigger EQ and still use the radio's global EQ to have a lot of fun. Like, I like doing that. So what we like to do is, if we are going to be putting a radio in, we'll tune it, and then we'll, everyone's like, I want presets. Well, here you go. It's already tuned to happy sound. Now, if you want one that is for like hip hop, or if you want something that is for like talk radio, you can use your radio to do that. So it's a great addition to a badass DSP. It just makes your life a little bit more fun, a little bit more involved. But no, a DSP is way more advanced than, just channel routing alone, being able to have, tweeters play on channels 1 and 2 of an amplifier with appropriate crossovers and slopes, which, radios don't have the ability to do that. It's a front, rear, and sub, or possibly a tweeter mid-sub output. That doesn't give you enough channels. DSP gives you control over all the channels. Now, if you're just doing a basic 5-channel high pass, or passive crossover system up front and a coaxial in the back, well, then no, the radio will probably do just fine. And I would not push you into a DSP because you're doing a basic system. Outside of that, though, I would love to do a DSP, because, like, if I'm doing a front stage upgrade, I want a DSP because I want to control my tweeters, my mid bass, or my tweeters and my mid bass, whatever it is. You get so much more out of it than you do just the radio.
100%.
Wow. You got any more news from US Amps? I have no idea. No, I got nothing. No.
No?
The guy that likes them, I think I pissed off, so okay. My factory radio always changes the volume with the factory DSP. I hate it. If I upgrade to an AudioControl DSP, does it have the same function? If you keep the factory radio, it's going to do the exact same factory stuff. So unless it's a factory radio that has some form of interface, like an Amp Pro or AR or something like that, that allows you to get a preamped output, so RCAs or digital output from it. Because what you're doing with that is you're bypassing all the factory nonsense, such as their DSP. That's why those Amp Pros and whatnot exist, is so that you can get away from all that nonsense. If you have to go after a factory amplifier, whatever the factory radio is doing, you can't change. You can work around, you can work with, but you can't get rid of it. Because especially if you have what's called dynamic equalization, which is as you turn the volume, it's also called loudness, as you turn the volume, things change. It's very hard to make an aftermarket stereo interface with that in a way that makes sense. Some DSPs have the ability to do dynamic EQ, to where you can try to map like what these things are doing and at what volume. It gets very, very hard. Moscone has the ability to do that. I think Helix has some ability to do that, but it is a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It's funny, if you could mix from manufacturer, you could have a great head unit. Yeah,
that would be great if somebody like one of these manufacturers do a la carte features, right?
Listen, the manufacturers could have made everyone's life easier a long time ago by just putting in a set of RCAs or a Toslink or something like that on the back of the radio instead of just being dicks about it.
No, but what I'm saying is like, hey, this is the features that we offer. Pick whatever you want, and then we build your radio. You know.
So it's really the U.S. that makes this hard. Probably Europe too, but I mean, in Japan, when you buy a car, it doesn't necessarily come with a radio. At least it used to not. You could buy you would have upfitters, and you just go to the upfitter and have them put your radio in.
Right.
So, okay, hold on.
Sup, man?
Sup, Elias? You're doing great today. If you had to choose between the Helix P6 versus the Audison Forza M814 bit, and why? Thank you. I mean, the 6 is 10 channels, I think, of equalization, or 10 channels. So it's 6 channels of power with 4 extra channels of DSP. The Audison Forza is 8 channels of power with 14 channels of DSP. So you have 6 channels more of DSP out. If you're going to be integrating into a factory radio or system of some kind, the Forza has 8 channels of high-level input with the ability to expand it all the way out to 12 channels of ability. It also has a way better GUI for the factory integration. EQ-wise, very similar. Very similar capabilities. I very, very similar. So it really just depends what you're doing. I think if you were to rate them, I feel like the Forza is, as far as input EQ goes, better. In my opinion, it's just better. It's easier to deal with as opposed to the Helix. The Helix has it, but those two products, really, you would be comparing the M8 to the V8 amplifier, because it's like 8 to 10, so it's close. But the Audison is I would compare the Audison more to like the Blackbird, because that's an 8 to 12, very similar functionality, very similar features. But yeah.
All right, so hang on, I got this one.
Plus, the other nice thing about the Audison is they have all those companion amplifiers that are the exact same size, so which I think is extremely cool. How do you adjust the gains in a Moscone Pro by activating the DSP
with the Moscone Airspace F212?
So so on all the Moscone Pro stuff, non-DSP, it has a gain bypass function. It's called DSP switch, and so the gain is bypassed internally in the amplifier, and use the level control in the Aerospace 8 to 12. So the Aerospace has output, and you adjust it there.
Direct DSP, so, I think that's what they call it.
Yeah. So here's the thing.
What's the thing?
Most people have really overcomplicated the gain structure setup in a lot of these things because they've taken it to this. We have to have some form of distortion detector to properly set the gains. And the reality is with a DSP, no, you don't. The DSP is going to have like an infinite amount of gain output that you can have. It's almost scary. Like on the Blackbird, when I was tuning it the other day, there's so many places where gain can be had or lost.
Gracias.
That's why they have the 4 lights inside of it to tell you what is going on. So it's there to turn up and down. The problem is, I feel like most people, like, they buy an amplifier and it's like, I'm not getting all my watts, and it's like, relax, man. Is it loud enough? Yeah. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't.
Yeah,
get
it's
it.
Mosconico DDSP. DDSP is like direct DSP. That's control.
Yeah, it's.
Careful.
There's this little switch bank right here, and the top one is direct DSP. So when you turn that on, that's shutting off this level control here, and now you're doing all your level controls inside of the amplifier's level control section.
Yeah.
Inside of the DSP, you have options for input gain. So it's default for 100, but how you can take it down to 50, which will give you half gain input, and you can take it up to 200, which will give you double gain input. So you can, like, if you have something that has a low amount of volume coming into it, you can turn it up to 100 or 200, and you'll get double the sensitivity. And then you have all your output gains that you can group adjust. So when you're setting up via Barney, you have a very low gain, because you're doing all these sine waves and stuff like that speakers don't want gain for. So when you're done, you go back in, and now you turn the gain up to the volume that you think is comfortable for you. I don't know. Like, these things get so loud.
Oh, they're very powerful.
If you're a bass head or somebody that wants that type, this is not your amplifier.
I guess they're confusing the loud.
This is not
of the quality,
So, yeah, I mean, you could call it that, but
I don't know.
I just.
El Fernandez, thank you so much, man. We appreciate it.
El Fernandez.
He
really wants you to
call
lunch
on Monday. So hang on. Somebody say something about Danny. Tenemos videos en YouTube usando el RTA. So, si tienes alguna pregunta, simplemente manda un email y yo te puedo contestar lo que necesites.
Hold on. All right, stop touching. All right, hold on.
Move this.
So I know a few large channels that buy the garbage and review it all the time. The sad thing is they like it and recommend it to their viewers. I think on this, you and I probably feel the same way. I try to be as politically correct as possible, just in general. But yeah, no, it's hard to get behind, like, when you know something's just cheap. But as I've said before, there's a place for everything, and as long as you understand what you're buying, like, if you're buying something cheap and you think it's the rock steady badass thing that you're this thing is awesome.
Yeah.
So I always take things to cameras, right? So last night when I couldn't sleep, I was looking at cameras, because I was like, oh, that'd be cool to get Sebastian like a DSLR to take on vacation.
So yeah.
And then I was like, and they have all these, like, Kodak and all these other companies they're like called camera, and they look just like a DSLR.
Oh, really?
And they're like $150.
Oh wow.
Okay, and they're like, you could probably drive. They're cheap as crap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, for $150, an 8-year-old, who cares, right? You can bounce it off the ground. I wouldn't feel bad. Just grab the card out of it, and And I'm going, well, he'll have a phone.
Yeah.
He'll just use his phone.
Yeah.
So immediately I was like, all right, I'll save that $150. But if you buy that camera, like we bought that one night vision camera, okay, that we used once in Tennessee. It was fantastic. It did exactly what it was supposed to. It was the cheapest thing in the world.
Done.
But it did that one thing really well. And that was it.
That's it.
And we've never used it since then. So there again, we went in knowing we were buying this. If I go in and I'm like, I'm going to buy this amplifier because, dude, Doofus over here said it's the best thing in the world and it put out its power and like it's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
No, it's crap. But
do your research.
If I have $150 and I just want to buy an amplifier that I know is going to do rated power, then yeah, cool. I'll buy it, because if that fits my box, whatever that box is defined as, meaning how much money I have, the life that I'm trying to lead, then why would I not buy it? So
that's Lance. Lance works for that, and Yeah, no,
I got it. I'm just saying though. I mean, the point is, if you want to get into this as a hobby and you want to do car audio, do it. You don't have to buy Moscone. If you want to buy Scar, fine, buy Scar. Okay. If it will get you into liking car audio, if it'll allow the teeth to be sunk into you. Okay?
But don't settle with that. It's always
because when I started, I bought cheap stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't care. I just wanted a pair of 6.5s. I literally just bought a pair of 6.5s. I don't remember what they were. I just 6.5s are louder. Yeah. Give me those. I've got $70. What 6.5s can I get for $70? Didn't care.
Yeah, I bought the audio van because they have a surprise. So
they had cocaine inside of it. It's fantastical.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, hey guys,
thank you so much.
We'd like to give a quick shout out and a thank you to our sponsors: AudioControl, Moscone, Gladen, Focal, as well as Arc Audio. We'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in. We'll be back Monday with, of course, the 12-volt Clean Wire Club photo of the week, as well as we'll answer more of your questions and we'll just have fun. It'll be our first week of we get a day off. I'm pretty excited, and it's Mother's Day, so
yeah, you get to have fun.
Really
driving around.
I just want to put my head on a pillow and just not move for 12 hours.
Sorry,
it's not going to happen.
You can.
I know.
You can.
I know. You guys have a great weekend. Make sure you say hi to your moms. If your mom isn't with you anymore, hey man, light a candle, say a prayer, stare at a picture for a little while.
Happy Mother's Day.
Shed a tear. But if she's with you,
over there,
go buy her some ice cream. That's what I'm going to do. Convertible and ice cream. She's already got it planned out. You guys have a great time. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Fade to black.